Welcome back. Happy Thursday, everybody. It is test time. It's time for us to take our seed exams. Our team has been set. We are set up with Zeldinkt, as well as our nemesis Seifer. And it's time for us to take on this mission that has been set upon by Seed. We're not sure on the details, but I guess we'll find that out in a second, because we're in the field trip van right now, going to our mission. Nope, still in the field trip van. Yo, Squall, show me your gunblade, will ya? Come on, man! Just a peek! It's fine. Yeah. Why are you being so selfish, Scrooge? Say something, will ya? What's on your mind? Nothing. It's really quiet in here. Hey, look, he's doing his Ryu impression from Street Fighter. Never would have guessed he's a martial artist. Stop that. It's annoying. Chicken wuss. What'd you call me? Knock it off. Okay, this is really starting to feel like school. It really is. Jeez, the quiet. Instructor. Who was that girl in the infirmary this morning? Was someone there? I didn't notice anybody. Is there a problem? No, not really. This is great. I have a chicken wuss and a guy who just reached puberty in my squad. Yeah, I'm Kistis in that van right now. Just face palm, just make your way through it, Kistis. Make your way through it. What's funny is that a lot of the niche audience kind of have the same feeling about both Zell as well as Seifer, from what I can tell. They're both kind of annoyed by them. And you know what? I could kind of understand it, especially when you see interactions between the two characters. It's just, drives you nuts. So we have reached the town of Balam, where we are actually going to be getting our mission. Guess you were wondering why the reason if I could talk, happy Thursday. Welcome to the insanity that is Final Fantasy VIII. Yes, Balam Garden is named after the town of Balam. Oh, look at all the ships. Holy crap. Are those ships? Well, they technically are in this universe. So that's the vessel. Ain't no turning back now. You scared too? Hey, you guys are the last. Hurry up and get in. Don't disappoint me now. Come on, move it. Hurry, Squall. Now, we should be doing that, but I'm actually going to prep things for the seed exam. So really quick, you guys kind of get to see how the menus work. I have 3 GFs to be able to work with, and I have technically 2 characters that we can... You can technically do stuff with Seifer, but it's kind of not... I wouldn't recommend it, because you won't have Seifer that long in the overall experience here. You'll eventually get a third-party member, don't get me wrong, and it's probably more appropriate to wait for them. So that's what I kind of do. So now let's go ahead and get our team together, or at least get the junctions going. So now that we have Zell here, we can give him Shiva. Unfortunately, we don't have too many stats to be able to junction with. Okay. Actually, yeah, we're going to give Quetzalcoatl back and give Quetzalcoatl, and I think we're just going to give Shiva over to Squall. Because again, it's not necessarily worth it to give it to Seifer. Seifer won't be around that long in the overall experience, but there we go. I think we're decently prepared. All right, time to get on the boat. Are we ready to get on the boat? Oh, more menu stuff. Oh yeah, I officially said F it. I'll keep Shiva on there so that she can get some levels. Because Guardian Forces get levels as well. To the vessel now. Jeez, okay. You don't have to yell at me. All right, it's time for us to hear our actual mission. The Seed exam is a legit Seed mission. We are going to be with Seed as well as other examiners, but fellow students who are trying to pass this exam along with us. Hi, Kistis. Well, these are the members of Squad B. Nice to meet you. Pleased to meet you. I love their salute. So much so that I modified it. Seifer, how many times has it been now? Oh, I just love these exams. I'll explain the current situation and the mission. Be seated. Our client for this mission is the Dole Dukpim Parliament. A request for Seed was made 18 hours ago. Dole has been under attack by the G Army since about 72 hours ago. 49 hours into the battle, Dole abandoned their position in the inner city. Currently, they have retreated into the nearby mountains and are reorganizing their troops. That's the current status. Now on to the mission objective. According to our reports, the G Army is mopping up the Dole troops in the mountain region. We're to make a landing at Lapin Beach. We're to eliminate the remaining G Army within the city and liberate it ASAP. Afterwards, Seed members will intercept any G Army forces trying to make their way into the city from the mountain region. Okay, simple enough. So what are we supposed to do? Seed candidates are to eliminate the G Army inside the city. Sounds important. Sounds boring. So what you're saying is we do all the little dirty work. Oh, it hardly needs to be said, but the order to withdraw takes priority. Do not forget. We're almost there. We anticipate a battle as soon as we disembark. Just be prepared. That's all. Any questions? Talk to Kistis. Okay, so now we know our mission. We're going to the Dole Dukedom. You can technically talk to everybody. What is it, Squall? So, you could technically explain it again. Here's a quick explanation. The goal for this mission is to eliminate the Galbadian forces that have entered Dole. The order to withdraw takes priority. Be sure to make your way back to the shore when you get this order. Okay, so you can now talk to Seifer. Listen up. Our goal for this mission is to mop up all the Galbadian soldiers still left in Dole. All you boys have to do is take orders from me, the captain. And let's talk to Zell for the heck of it. My first real battle. I'm getting pretty nervous. Better not piss your pants. Ha! You talking to me? Bastard. Okay, enough talk. We'll be landing pretty soon. Get ready. Roger. All right. Yeah. Well then, Squall, go see what's going on outside. You can refuse. Okay. Good, because it's my order. You're such a good commanding officer, aren't you? He's so good at this. This is why he's done this exam multiple times, and he's failed. All right, so we get to talk about this scene. This scene that so many people saw on the demo for Final Fantasy VIII. This scene sold this game for me. It tells you nothing about the circumstances, the time frame, any of the stuff that you would need in basic world building. But yet Squall, looking at his assignment and seeing his target right before him in a war zone, sets things up for something to be very great. And of course, this music sets the scene perfectly. Whoa, Wave Race 64, baby! And I remember getting my first hands on the actual demo that gave us interactivity here. That was so amazing to watch. Going seamlessly from a cutscene into the gameplay. Okay, you are to secure the central square. Be sure to equip your GF before you head into battle. Let's move out. And I love it. Everybody else is in uniform except Seifer. This just kind of tells you the character that Seifer is. He just doesn't have any respect for authority at all. And by the way, this girl seems familiar. So, like, where are the enemies? Like, I'm getting a flashback right here and now. I have no problem telling you guys. Going back to that PlayStation 1 demo that came out with Brave Fencer Musashi. I technically had the trailer from Parasite Eve, and then I also got the interactive demo on the Brave Fencer Musashi disc. Or it was a separate disc in the case. And just being able to see this combat system and see how Final Fantasy was evolving on PlayStation, their Dole reinforcements, just being able to see that was actually a little bit of a hallmark. Now we kind of make fun of the engine. There's a lot of flaws with it. But I'll admit, like, the engine for 8 hasn't necessarily evolved, or it hasn't dated itself well. But being able to see this was the logical progression from 7 to 8, it was a leap forward back then. We didn't have ginormous squares for hands anymore. We actually had realizable models. They were still polygonal. They still had problems, don't get me wrong, but they looked better. They looked more realistic. They looked like the franchise itself was evolving. And one thing I also remember from that is that you technically didn't have Seifer as a playable character. He was in the script for it, but they actually gave you Rinoa. The character Rinoa will eventually come across her. And you also got the default models for Squall, Zell, and Rinoa. So you didn't have these seed uniforms. You had Zell in his usual attire. You've already seen the usual attire of Squall. So that was also pretty cool to be able to see. You know, you could see the game developing as it was going on. And then eventually, when you got your hands on it, oh my gosh, they're in separate seed uniforms. This kind of makes sense, considering the atmosphere. And we just barely learned a very valuable ability for Quetzalcoatl, which is Card. Now I don't have to worry too much about experience. But I need to get another... Let's see. Yeah, we're probably going to do... So the next thing I would logically tell everybody to do is go from Card to Card Mod. The reason being is that you can then modify the cards that you're getting into items, which you can then make into spells. So make sure that you do that, otherwise it's going to be kind of a difficult process for you. The central square is up ahead. Hey, all you Galbadian cowards out there! Come on, show it! Come out and show your face! Don't leave me hanging now! What an idiot. Telling me. Ha, Nautilus. I didn't even notice that before. That's a nice little reference. All right, so now we're in the square. Oh, but we already have our first taste of Galbadian guards. And by the way, get used to hearing the term Galbadia. They are technically the enemy soldiers that you're going to be dealing with throughout the game. Kind of like the Shinra were in Final Fantasy VII. You're going to be dealing with Galbadian forces throughout the game. Their allegiance is going to change, but you'll still have to deal with Galbadian soldiers. This was kind of a singular emphasis that, yes, the enemies could get worse over time. There may be more. All right, I want you guys to scout the area for enemies. The other thing that was really cool in that demo, hey, we're not responsible for that area. It's against orders for us to leave our post, isn't it? Another thing that was really cool is being able to see different kinds of gun blades. So we've already kind of seen that Squall's gun blade looks very different from Seifer's, where, you know, you actually have kind of like a revolver handle for Squall's, and instead with Seifer's, you have more of like a 9mm handle, which almost kind of gives you a sense of like Squall is using the equivalent of a two-handed sword, and Seifer's using the equivalent of a one-handed sword. I know there's a few people who are going to be like, you are putting way too much logic into Gunblades. I get it. But I'm giving you a sense of like what it was to be able to play this game for the first time in demo form. Being able to see the featured weapon of Squall. I think that's all of them. And it was actually pretty awesome to be able to see, okay, so this is where they're going to go from the Buster Sword to this. Well then, we're on standby until further notice. Standby. How boring. Glad to see you enjoy your job, Seifer. I give crap to Seifer, but Seifer's a decent character. He's just got weird motivations. Oh, hi, doggy. Hi, doggy. Oh, what's that rumbling? Sounds like it's starting. Bring it on. Get out of here! Scram! Hey, Galbadian soldiers! What are you waiting for? Come show me what you got! Looks like it's been some time. Hours later. For all we know, that's the case. Nothing. Alright, well, let's talk to Zell. The hell? Man, this is what I call boring. This ain't right, man. Sorry you're disappointed? Still keeping us waiting. This ain't right, man. Oh, and somebody's about to snap. That's it! I can't take it anymore! What is this, some kind of dog training? No, soldier training. Wow, that was strangely appropriate. And here come some Galbadian troops. The dog was trained. It's the enemy. Where the hell are they going? Hey, what's that up there? Our next destination. But that's against orders. Weren't you just saying how bored you were? Squall! I stand by the captain's decision. Captain's decision? You want to wreak some havoc too, don't you? It's a good opportunity to test out my training. Thanks to you, I feel like I can take on anyone, even if they do fight dirty like you. You'll thank me when the time comes. What the hell? I thought you guys didn't get along. You're like all buddy-buddy now. Listen, this ain't no ordinary battle. It's an exam, an important one. I'm telling you, we have to stick to orders. Then you stay here. I don't need any Boy Scouts. What was that? Don't take him seriously, Zell. Seifer, we're gonna go. Let's hurry. The enemy is headed for the facility. We, Squad B, are to secure the summit. Move out. All right. Fine. Well, this is gonna go over so well on our seat exam. We're disobeying orders. All because Seifer's looking for a fight. Can we just disavow our squad captain right now? That might be the most helpful thing we could have done. One of the things I also find funny in comparison to the demo now, they kind of, when the demo came out, they kind of portrayed everybody as older. So you kind of got the feeling that like maybe Seifer was an actual C. Like he actually could have been their superior. So him making stupid decisions didn't really make a whole lot of sense. And then they corrected it and actually made him of like a high school age. And now it's like, oh, the character makes so much sense now. He's just a hothead. All right, let's take care of this guy. Boom! Thankfully, we've got a high enough strength that we can just take these guys out. That's very helpful. Yeah, that was actually a point in the demo where I'm like, Zell has to be the youngest, Squall's like in the middle, and Seifer is like your elder. The other part that was funny about the demo was since Renault is not part of this section, she didn't talk. So I was like, oh, character's mute, I guess. What business do they have with the communication tower now? And with that, unfortunately, we've run out of time this week. So when we come back, we will continue on in Squall's seat exam. Does he pass? Probably not, because he's following Seifer's orders.